All right, we're all good to go, guys.
Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Zoom call. I'm going to go with 20. I think we were at 19 and a half last time, so we're at 20. And I'm so excited to have you all here. It's awesome to, get together and just have a positive group on a Monday night. Mondays can suck a lot of the time, so thank you for showing up. And we can talk about entrepreneurship and health and wellness and personal development and all that good stuff, and how it all relates back to Isagenix. So I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to have some awesome speakers today, including Tinma here, who is in Austria, and she volunteered to speak for our call today, and it's freaking 2:30 in the morning right now there. So thank you, Tinma, for your time. We so appreciate you. And yeah, I'll just get started right away if that's okay with you.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay. So I know that Nicola, my all-time favorite mentor, and your aunt, is the one who introduced you to Isagenix, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you mind sharing how she shared it and what your thoughts were at first? Were you all in, or were you kind of skeptical? Because you're young, right? You're 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
So especially young people, you never some are super hit or miss with their health. So I was just curious, how you were introduced.
Yeah. So hi everybody. My name is Tinma S. I'm 18 and I'm from Austria. And I was introduced to Isagenix 2.5 years ago by my aunt Nicola. We were on vacation in Montana in Bozeman, and I can remember like it was yesterday. So we were on a hike in the lake, and we had a deep conversation, and I asked her, "What are you doing for a living?" And yeah, we're just talking about. And then she told me about Isagenix and the company and the people and also the products. And I heard it, and I was just like, "Wow, that sounds really good." And I want to do the same. And yeah, my parents were with me on the vacation, and at first they said, "You're 18, you don't need this," because I wanted to try it out. I wanted to do the weight loss system. And at first they said, "Okay, no, you're 18. I think it's just for older people." And I respected it. I said, "Okay, yeah, it's expensive, but okay, I will do it on a later day." And then my dad was the first one of our family who tried it out, and he ordered his first 30-day system. And he had such a great result because he lost weight and he was melting, and we were all just like, "Holy shit, what's going on?" And yeah, he felt amazing, and he was really happy with the products and with this whole system. And then my mother tried it out, and she also was very satisfied and enjoyed it. And then it was my turn, so I tried it out too. And I can remember before I started Isagenix, I were on a hike with friends. And I can imagine I were on the top of the mountain. And when I was on the top of the mountain, I was so exhausted. I couldn't even breathe. I was crying, and I don't know what was going on. And I thought, hey, I'm 18 and that's not normal. I don't want to be in that shape. I want to be active and I want to have energy. That's not right. And then, I ordered my 30-day system and I started. And during my system, I went on a hike again with friends, and I was on the top of the mountain, and it felt so great because I had more energy and I was just in a good condition. And that was the point for me that I said, okay, Isagenix is great, and that's what I want to do, and that's what I want to make for a lifestyle.
That is so awesome. I love it. Thank you. And I'm sure you are absolutely stoked that they're Isagenix is opening up all through Europe. Right now it's just in the UK, but but
it's an advantage for me because I can order the products from the UK.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for now. And then it'll be right at your home base, right? That is so exciting. And one of the things about Isagenix opening up in Europe is it's a really big deal because, I mean, you guys have a lot higher standards on ingredients, on products, on quality. And I think it really says a lot about Isagenix itself with how their quality is, and that it, it's approved in Europe. So that's huge and super exciting. What has your, I'm trying to think of my question here. So you kind of already covered this. I was going to ask you, do you see yourself sharing this with others? Because I know you can't really partake in the business per se right now, but once it opens up in Austria, do you see yourself like sharing this with others? And if so, why?
Yeah, of course, definitely. So I was thinking about a few days ago because I just graduated from school and I'm not sure what I want to do now, if I want to go to university or I want to go to work, or I'm just not sure. And yeah, I feel amazing with the products and I'm really satisfied, and I think, hey, I feel good, why shouldn't others feel good? And that's the reason why I want to share it with other people. So I shared it with my friends already and with my family, and they all love it. And yeah, I'm really open to share it with other people I don't know. And I think Isagenix is also a good opportunity for me to meet new people and to get in contact with other people from all over the world. And this is just great, and I love this.
Awesome. I love it. Do you have a favorite product that you couldn't live without?
That's such a difficult question. I love all the products. But I think the most important for me are the shakes, because I'm having a shake in the morning every day and for dinner sometimes when I'm too lazy to cook for something or so.
Totally.
And I also very addicted to the antihydrate because I'm an equestrian, and I'm working a lot with horses and I'm doing a lot of sports. Yeah, and I just love the antihydrate after my exercise or after going for a ride with my horse. That are the two things I love the most.
That is so awesome. I love it. I'm trying to think. Is there anything I didn't really cover that you want to talk about? As far as your experience with the products, or I don't know. Does anyone, we can open it up to questions too. I mean, it's not every day we have someone from Austria who's up at 2:30 in the morning joining us.
Yeah, it's freaking 2:30 in the morning. That's impressive.
Yeah, so I'm glad to have Zoom that we can connect all together. That's really great.
Yeah, last time I saw 2:30 in the morning, I was out when I shouldn't be. You're actually doing something productive. I have a question for you. What is it like whenever people, have people ask you what you're doing based off of just seeing your transformation or just seeing maybe you drinking a shake? Do people ever ask you what you're doing?
Yeah, of course. So my friends always ask me, what are you doing? What are these shakes? What are you doing? And they, at first they're all very skeptical, but I try to explain it to them, and they sometimes they say, wow, great, I want to try it out, and I give them a shake and I make a taste and learn. And it's really great, and they all ask me, also older people, because I just graduated, and they ask me, what are you doing for a living now, or are you going to university? And I say, I spend my time on Isagenix, and that's great.
Awesome. And I see you have like long, beautiful hair. Have you noticed anything with your hair or like fingernails? Because my fingernails grow like crazy on this stuff. Like
my fingernails, they're great. I think my whole body has changed, and it's not just my body that changed. It's also my mind, because I think people in Isagenix are a bit different. It's not as in a positive way, because I think they think a bit different, and I love that.
Right. Expound on that a little bit. I'm sure Allie wants to hear kind of your side of like the mentality. What's it done for you? Have you, I know we're going to hit on this topic a little bit later, but have you ever done the Healthy Mind and Body program? Have you done that? Or
No, I haven't done it yet.
So what has it done for your mindset as far as just healthy nutrition?
Yeah, I think before Isagenix, I just thought a little bit different. And when I'm looking through the posts on the Isagenix health group, or when I'm talking to people who are in Isagenix, they're all really positive, and there are positive vibes, and we are one community. And I love the tribe, and it's I can't explain. It's just great.
I love that. Yes. And that actually transitions really, really well into the second part that we were going to talk about. Does anyone else, though, have a question for Timna? Anyone? You can unmute yourself or ask it in the chat. Okay. Well, we'll move on then. Thank you so much, Timna. And so what she was just talking about, kind of like the community and like the positive vibes and the tribe thing, you know, it's not a cult or anything. It's like just this awesome energy that I've definitely felt since I've started Isagenix. And what we're going to talk about the second part of the call, I'm going to have Lindsay unmute if you're not muted. And Jamie, just kind of talk about the culture, the community around Isagenix, and especially about the huge event that's coming up called Celebration.
Excellent. First of all, I just want to say thank you, Timna, for sharing your story. Super awesome. For those of y'all who just hopped on, I noticed we jumped up about 10 people. Timna, she shared her awesome story with us, and it's actually 2:30 a.m. where she's at right now. And I'm really grateful for the fact that she was able to hop on and share her story with us. That was very awesome. Timna's 18 years old, and she's been doing this for a while, and she's got a really awesome story. So if you missed the first part, definitely check out the recording of this. But so you want to talk about the culture. So Lindsay and I are going to expound on that a little bit. This is probably, I don't know how Lindsay feels. We didn't have a chance to connect really before this call, so this is straight off the cuff. But Lindsay, how do you feel about the culture? Because I know how I feel. I'd love to hear your explanation of the culture around this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, when I first got introduced to Isagenix, I'm definitely one of those people that hides in the back and don't talk to anybody, eyes down, don't make eye contact. And it was really kind of fun to be introduced to a group of people that are so accepting and so outgoing that you don't ever feel awkward. Like I didn't have that weird, awkward, you know, where I was kind of scared to put my foot forward and talk about anything. Everyone was just so accepting. And if you ever have a question, anyone's right there to answer. And it's really cool to not feel alone in a complete group of how many people are in our page? 10, 11,000? You know, somewhat 15,000. Yeah, I haven't checked in a while. There's a lot more than when I started. You know, you don't feel alone with thousands of people, and that's awesome.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the cool thing. And people always wonder, whenever they hear about me talking about this stuff and all these positive calls we get on, people always give me a weird look like, you get on a call with random people every Monday night and you invite strangers to this call? And I'm like, yeah, it's freaking awesome. We get on, we share health and wellness and positivity. And I'm like, you should see us at an event. And people are like, y'all have events? I'm like, yeah, it's freaking awesome. So like, I was the exact same person. I basically was pretty much forced to do Isagenix 3.5 years ago. I didn't want any part of it. I was like, I eat healthy. I'm clean. I don't need any kind of supplementation in my diet. And boy, was I wrong. Basically my product story went from about here to like way up here as far as my health goes in a matter of about 3 months. And it's been 3.5 years for me. But the biggest thing for me was when I went to San Diego for my first event around this stuff, and I saw the culture that we were a part of. And I might have just misspoke. You said 10,000. You're talking about 10,000 people on our health page?
Yeah.
What you're talking about? Okay. So I thought for a second you might have mentioned like one of the events. But I showed up in the room in San Diego at a big convention conference center. And there was just all these beautiful people. It was like everybody's super fit, super happy, jump around, high five. And I'm like, dude, I don't want a part of this. I just crossed my arms and kind of stood there. I was like, don't touch me. Don't look at me. It kind of woke me up a little bit. But basically I stood there for 2 days with my arms crossed. And by the third day, I was like, man, these people have something going. And this was about 8 months into my journey. I knew the products worked, but I didn't really get the culture around this stuff and the people who were involved. But when you walk into a room of 10,000 people who are all about fitness, all about health, all about helping others, and they have a passion for being an inspiration, you can feel it literally through your body. And can you touch on Celebration? Have you been to Celebration yet?
Yeah, last year was my first time.
Tell us a little bit about it.
It was mind-blowing. First of all, to go stay in a hotel room with strangers that I'd only met, you know, through the health group. and then to go hang out at the events. I remember walking in that Monday morning, and it's like 7:20 in the morning, and I walked into the main conference room where Celebration was, and it's like a rave, music, light shows. I was like, what do you guys do at 7 a.m.? This is intense. And from then on, I mean, it was just the energy and everyone on stage and everyone's stories. I mean, it's just, you can talk about it, but you won't get it the full picture unless you actually go see it. It's super, super amazing. I bought my ticket for Celebration this year. I bought it at that event. I was like, I'm going again. I'm going every year. This is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, there's so much energy. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah. I think that's a big reason why I stuck around this stuff. And I mean, there's a lot of this network marketing stuff out there, and let's go ahead and just get that out of the way. As far as people who come together, who build a business together and that kind of thing. But like whenever I mentioned earlier that I didn't want any part of this because I didn't know what it was. I had no idea that it was something that could really transform lives as far as the products goes, but it was also something that helped me develop a mindset. I know a lot of people on here follow me on Facebook, and they've seen probably how I've transitioned over the course of 3.5 years into somebody who I never thought I could be. I never saw myself being a person who wants to speak in front of 10,000 people, but it's made me that way. Like it's not necessarily just because of Isagenix, but it's the culture and the people around that who have made me who I am. And that's what people, you can't explain that to people. We're sitting here on the call with 30 people who are gracious enough to give us 30 minutes of their time to try to explain this. And you cannot explain it until you actually see it and witness it for yourself. It's truly amazing. So, Allie, what else did you want us to say? Talk about Celebration?
Yeah, well, one of the reasons I wanted Lindsay to talk about Celebration is because she's a rock star, and she was telling me how, because a bunch of us have an Airbnb that we're all going to stay at in Vegas. It's like a mile off the strip. And I was like, Lindsay, are you going to stay with us? She's like, no, I'd love to, but I have like 4 people with me. And I'm like, oh, well, that's a valid reason.
Yeah.
And I just think it's so cool, you know, to give back and invite other people, because when you're at this event, you guys, you're so stoked and you're so in the zone, and you're thinking of all the people that could benefit from being there. You're just like, man, I wish my best friend was there. I wish my grandma was there. I wish you realize what a positive impact this can have on so many people.
Right.
Just as the culture. So Lindsay, could you kind of share how you were sharing this with people, or like how you even got people interested to go with you?
Sure. Yeah. When I went last year, I bought 2 tickets because I knew I had to just take someone with me. And so I ended up, my friend Jamie that's coming, she was my very first enrollment, and she jumped on the bus with me from the very beginning. I was like, I appreciate you so much. I'm taking you to Celebration because it's awesome. And then from there, you know, just talking to my other friends about it, the loyal product users, I'm like, you just have to go. You drink these shakes, so you have to go to an event. Celebration's awesome. You know, we're lucky enough that we could drive there if we needed to. So it's close enough for us to get there pretty easy from our California team. But just talking about it and encouraging them to go. If I ever saw the tickets come on sale, I would say, hey, if you haven't gotten your ticket, look, they're on sale. That's cool. But you know, I felt the need to give back because my ticket last year was kind of given to me because I was on the fence. I was still like, I don't know what Isagenix is. I'm not sure about this. And so I was asked to go as a gift, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And once I got there, I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to pay this forward. This was such an experience for me. So now I want to pay that back. So I'm taking someone with me and encouraging all of my friends to go. People that aren't enrolled, I'm like, hey, you should just go and check it out. There's no better way to see everything about it all at once. So it's just, you know, talking about it and just being super excited because it was so fun.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm so pumped. But it's like less than a month for us. We get to go to Vegas, and like Allie was saying, we got a huge group that's staying at a house there just off the strip with a big pool, and I'm pumped. And
you're all welcome, all of you. We have a pool.
You're welcome to come. It's going to be fun.
I'll be there.
I think I heard something about a dance party.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah,
I'm actually a really good dancer, believe it or not.
Who's a really good dancer?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm a horrible dancer, but that doesn't stop me.
True that. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, the culture around Isagenix, and for me, I know a lot of y'all follow my stuff on Facebook and that kind of thing, but for me, the biggest thing that I got out of this was a genuine nature and a genuine appreciation for helping people. And that is what we do. And that is why every single one of us are on this call right now. There's two people I just want to give a shout out. Hannah and Aaron they both joined in. For those of y'all who don't know it, Hannah and Aaron, they don't even do Isagenix, but they're two people who are super passionate about helping others. They have an awesome Instagram, Facebook account. I've been following them forever. They're from my hometown. I think Hannah's actually my brother's age or just a year older. But it's people like that who come together, who, even if you don't even do Isagenix, if you're not even part of our culture yet, it's people like that you want to invite. It's people that you could see yourself every single day making an impact on people's life with. And that's what it's about. And there's a lot of folks on here that we're not even financially connected through Isagenix. I mean, we all do this for one, we do it for a product experience, we do it for our health, and we do it for a financial reason if we so choose, if we care to share. And the whole thing about it is, it doesn't matter who is financially connected. There's people from like 4 different teams on this call, and it's super awesome to be able to come together at Celebration as one huge group, regardless of finances. It's like, throw that crap out the window. Let's see how many people we can impact over the course of the next year between this celebration and next celebration. And so, yeah, is there anything else you want us to add about that before we move on, Allie?
No, that's perfect.
Okay. If anybody has any questions, I'm not keeping up with the chat. Just unmute yourself and holler at me. But what else did you want us to talk about? Lindsay, you remember? I'm terrible with questions.
No, I mean, I'm sure we could find something to talk about.
I definitely can find something to talk about. Awesome. If anybody has any questions, please reach out. But basically, who would like to know what Isagenix is in a nutshell? I know we got a lot of new folks on here. Was there anything, would you want to hear about products? Would you want to hear about stories? Allie?
Maybe you could like summarize what a 30-day system is like, because I mean, there's free membership this week. So, right. And that's for a 30-day system. So like, right. Maybe explain what that is for people who might have no idea.
Yeah. So everybody's goals are different. You come into Isagenix regardless of goals. It's simply food. It's the healthiest, cleanest nutrition you can put in your body in the most caloric, dense form possible. So it gives you all your trace minerals, vitamins, proteins, all that good stuff. There's a cleansing component, which that can be all in detail, but I'm going to try to keep this brief. I like the science behind it. And if you want to know the science, please contact me. But basically, it's basically bridging the gaps in a whole food system. So most people start out with the form of the 30-day system. There's several different options depending on budget and your goals. But basically, you implement 2 shakes a day, 2 complete meal replacement shakes a day. And depending on your goals, you will eat accordingly around that. So it's pretty straightforward to me to say, let's take the 2 meals that you would like to see improve. Let's do shakes for those meals. If you want to lose weight, let's stick with that and have a healthy snack in between them. If you want to gain weight, let's have a little more higher protein, a more nutrient dense snack, meal, whatever you want to call it in between. And let's eat according to our goals. And I think that's where a lot of people get kind of stumped. They think Isagenix is a weight loss program, but I'm here to tell you, I've put on about 22 pounds since I started this 3.5 years ago, and I'm lean, and I'm strong and lean. So I've also seen people lose 150, 180 pounds on this stuff. So it depends on what your goals are. It can be tailored accordingly. So what I say is you find the 2 meals you'd like to change and make them and improve. Have 2 meal replacement shakes that day during those meals. And you do that for 6 days a week. And on top of that, you'll drink your Ionic Supreme, which is a stress reliever adaptogenic drink. And you'll have healthy snacks throughout the day. You can have some Isagenix approved snacks, which are half of a bar, fiber snacks, some different things that Isagenix offers, or you can have carrots and hummus or whatever you want. And then you have a 400 to 600 calorie meal at dinner if you're looking for weight loss. If you're like Aaron and I and you want to get big, then you basically eat accordingly. So that's a shake day. Those are 6 days a week. And most people cleanse once a week, do a 24-hour cleanse. And basically what that involves is the Cleanse for Life juice, the wafer snacks, the Ice of Delight chocolates, which are freaking amazing, your Ionics, which you have every single day. And then you can have basically the Amped Hydrate, which is basically an electrolyte drink, super healthy, not full of crap. You can have that. You can have, what else am I thinking? The chocolates, the wafer snacks, the Cleanse for Life. You can have the E-shots, which are awesome. So basically for 24 hours, you give your body a chance to digest or to eliminate digestion, to go through basically a period where your metabolism's slack. Like you're not trying to metabolize food. You give your digestive system a break. And what that does is allow your body to release toxicity from fat cells and then use that fat for energy. And that ultimately is why people tend to lose body fat on Isagenix, whether it's outward body fat, adipose tissue, or if it's visceral, which is in around your organs, which is the bad fat. So for males, a lot of people in here that are guys that may want to gain lean muscle, they think, well, I don't want to cleanse. I don't want to skip a whole day of eating. But to be honest, the studies have shown that intermittent fasting raises growth hormones in males by 20% and 13% in females. So that in and of itself is huge for muscle mass development. And that's the reason it is basically physically impossible to lose muscle mass while using the Isagenix system, because you're feeding your body the highest quality protein, you're cleansing, which raises growth hormone levels, and you're reducing your adipose tissue, which basically combats muscle growth. So through that process, that's basically what a 30-day system is. Depending on how you want to go from there, we can go into what we call a maintenance period, or we can repeat it if we are still not to our goal. So I hope that answers the question. If anybody has any questions around that, I'd love to hear. So yeah, and I saw somebody said they stopped eating a certain thing. That's another key point. If you have cravings, if you're a sweet tooth, a salt tooth, I like salty foods. We were talking about pickled eggs earlier. I love like vinegar and boiled eggs. But if you have cravings like that, it'll help you reset your cravings, and you'll be able to eliminate some foods out of your diet as well. So basically, it is how do I put this in a nutshell? I've been trying to get good at this, but it's hard. It's basically a nutrition system that balances out the holes in our whole foods diet. So it connects the gaps that we do not get from our whole food system anymore.
Boom.
Yeah. So
does anyone have any questions? We're happy to answer anything.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie. That was awesome.
Awesome. Well, we got 2 minutes. If nobody has, who said? Okay, Jamie, I'm messing with cool. Very nice, Caitlin. The weatherhead, Caitlin. So, funny story. I'll tell you this story real quick. I met Caitlin at a dog park. My dog peed on her leg.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how that happened. Yeah. So, anyway.
Like, oh, you like nutrition?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, that's funny. But anyway, so last minute, I just want to tell everybody on here that I'm super grateful that you're on. I know it's a Monday night. People have had a long work day. And in the last minute we have here, I just want to tell you each that I am super pumped the fact that you took the time out of your day to get on here. I know it's not the coolest thing, but
no, it is.
It is the coolest thing.
Yeah.
You're right. It is the freaking coolest thing. I love this. I look so forward to
this. This is the freaking coolest thing.
I'm trying to think of something to be cooler, but celebration might be the only thing that tops it.
But that's not on a Monday. Oh, it is on a Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. Starts on Monday. Anyway, Thank you all for being on. I really do appreciate it. Timna, thank you for taking the time out of the middle of your night to get on here and share your story. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, yes. Timna, you rock.
Yes. I can't wait to meet you someday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone so much. Have a wonderful Monday, and we'll be right back. Same link, same time next week.
Excellent. Yo.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Allie, jump back on.